Start the meeting and rise with a pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Start with roll call.
Dan Pillow.
Here.
Jennifer Wiehe.
Here.
Jennifer Anderson. Ann Pillow.
Here.
Al Glick.
Here.
Pam Jackson.
Here. All right. Jennifer didn't say anything to me, so we'll just move along and go to the clerk's report.
You received the minutes from the April 17th meeting. You received the one set, and then I went back in and did some editing, so the ones that you're adopting are the ones that have that were edited.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from April the 17th.
I'll second.
I'm sorry, who made
Pam
it?
and Al.
Okay. Pam made the motion, Al seconded. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow.
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe.
Yay.
Ann Pillow.
Yay.
Al Glick.
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
You had received 5A. This was for biweekly payroll that was paid on April the 21st. From the general fund, $12,535.94. From the water fund, $2,509.57, for a combined total of $15,045.51.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 2023-5A.
A second it. Motion by Ann Pillow, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow.
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe.
Yay.
Are you prepared to vote, Jennifer?
Ordinance.
Pay ordinance.
Yay.
Ann Pillow.
Yay.
Al Glick.
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
The next one you received is 5B. This will be for monthly salaries to be paid on May the 15th. From the general fund, $7,350. From the street construction, maintenance, and repair fund, $391.53. From the water fund, $1,036.54, for a combined total of $8,778.07.
I'll make a motion to approve 5B 2023.
I second it.
Motion by Pam Jackson, second by Jennifer Anderson. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow.
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe.
Yay.
Jennifer Anderson.
Yay.
Ann Pillow.
Yay.
Al Glick.
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Next you have pay ordinance 5C. This is for accounts payable. The general fund, to be dispersed from the general fund, $9,743.25. From the street construction, maintenance, repair fund, $9,005.46. From the state highway fund, $72.95. From the water fund, $1,351.19. For a combined total of $30,172.85.
I make a motion to accept pay ordinance
5C.
5C.
I'll second it. Motion by Jennifer Anderson, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow.
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe.
Yay.
Jennifer Anderson.
Yay.
Ann Pillow.
Yay.
Al Glick.
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
And you received a copy of 3 different reports, or you should have. One was cash summary by fund as of April the 30th. Revenue status of all funds, 4/26, and appropriations with the same date. And that's all I have now.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure. That's all I have.
Okay. All right. So, I want to start off with, get it in front of me here. So, the cops and kids, I want to start with that. So they decided on a Oh, did I not write down the date? Yeah, I did.
July 20th?
No. We're gonna do, they're gonna do it at the firehouse if that's cool. Okay. July 20th is when they'd like to have their cops and kids. So I'd like to go ahead and get that out of the way first, if council wants to approve July 20th for the cops and kids. 6 PM to 8 PM.
I make a motion that we approve July 20th, Cops and Kids Day.
I'll second it. Motion by Dan Pillar, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
July what? What was that date?
20th,
20th?
yeah.
That's on a Saturday.
No, that's a Thursday.
Oh, it's on a Thursday. You're gonna do it at night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Yay.
Jennifer Anderson,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yeah.
Pam Jackson.
Yay. Okay.
6 days.
And with that cops and kids, so far they have $900 in donations, that's including the village's $200. And he expects that he will have even more than that, and we will get these to Margret as soon as possible. And the other thing that they wanted to do was get a bounce house and a dunking booth, and that would cost them around $540. They have Duber's ice cream truck set up for that date also at around $250, which the donations would cover that. I'm just looking for council to approve it if they're okay with that. And approve like the $900 in donations. So currently it's Route 50, Schmitty Hardwood Floors, Holmes Blacktop, Duber's Automotive, Lindenschmidt Real Estate, Jake's Automotive, Lansing Real Estate, Lease Gang, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. And of course, Village of Addyston, they have some more that's gonna come too.
He hasn't said nothing to me yet.
Did they send anything to the VFW? Because I know they're looking, they've got some charity money they was wanting to donate.
He is
different
still
ones.
looking and contacting people, because it's not till July 20th, so
He
he's
hasn't
still,
said nothing to me yet.
yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve the
I mean,
donations that you have so
obviously,
far.
we'll add people to the
Yeah.
list.
Right.
This was
I
just
second
a
it.
start.
Yeah, so if they need to make expenditures, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll second it.
All right. Motion by Pam, second by Al. And that's for to get the bounce house and the ice cream truck with donations. Because I didn't want to sign anything without. All right. Any further discussion on that? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Yeah.
Jennifer Anderson,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yeah.
Pam Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, and they also received some Reds tickets from Eagle Savings.
Nice.
Oh, I want to make sure I get all this out there. And Kroger is going to be donating some food, and Jeff's, with his usual donation, he's going to donate beverages. So they'll have food and beverages covered for that as well. Okay, that is all on that one. The other thing I wanted to bring up with people, this has been brought to you guys before, but I think we honestly need to really move on this and allow them to do this. It's the Hamilton County's 513 relief bus services. And they provide like health screening, social service, economic relief in the community for people who maybe can't get down to Hamilton County. And they just need our permission, because we can make room for their bus out here in the parking lot. And it's not like it's an everyday thing, but it'd provide our citizens with a way to have those resources available if they couldn't get downtown.
Make a motion to
I'll second it.
Motion by Jennifer Anderson, second by Pam. Is there any discussion about the 513 bus? Anybody have any questions or? All right.
Come out and get shots.
Well, yeah, they do that too, so.
They have a bunch of
Yeah, there's
services.
many resources that they
And
do.
I think it'd be good for our citizens to have that
I agree.
available to them.
Excuse me, Mayor, are there any particular dates or times that they do
We don't know
that?
yet.
We don't know yet. What they do is they'll schedule us, because they schedule according to the whole area. Because they have a stop in Cleves, and if you go to 513 online, and it'll say go to the schedule, and you can see like what community they're going to be at and what date.
Oh, great.
So as soon as you approve it, and then we can get on that schedule when they have dates available, and we can put it out there for the community.
And then they'll have what they'll be doing as well.
Yep. Yep.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Yay.
Jennifer Anderson,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay. Okay. And I also wanted to mention Saturday's cleanup. I think everything went really well. Thank you absolutely so much for the usual suspects of volunteers. Without you guys, that wouldn't be possible, and
I appreciate the truckload I had.
I think everything went pretty well smoothly. They went around today picking up any last minute things that maybe had gotten left out or missed, so that went quite well. And before we go to committee, we do have a guest in the audience, Carrie. Yep, that's who I was speaking about.
Is there an age restriction on the bouncy house? I'm just asking.
Asking for a friend.
Good question. I think
Asking for a friend.
I think it is one of the bigger ones, so you might be able to swing on by and get in there.
Right, just gonna punch down. Those are so much fun.
Yeah.
When you get those solidified and once you're on the memo and the location list for 513 bus, let me know. I will put flyers up in the lobby and such. We're happy to help. We've got that multifunction copier. You can copy. We have laminating. You can do 8.5 by 11 now. So if you ever need anything like that, we do 11 by 17 and 8.5 by 11.
Oh,
Little
nice.
machine goes through. Super cool. So, I know we've all been talking about how cold it is in here, but I'm here to talk about chili. Next Tuesday, the Cincinnati Museum Center is coming out, and they're going to talk about the history of chili, Cincinnati-style chili, and just the families that brought it to the area and the whole history of it. It's a really fascinating story, and I know we all have our opinions upon which one that we like the best. So I actually put a little door prize together. So we've got cans of competitive chilies, and someone who is in attendance will win that. And we also just have, I brought the calendar. We've been working on just having monthly events. We do coloring, coffee, crosswords, and cryptograms, and it's just a time, usually at 11 o'clock on a Saturday, you can usually come in and get some coffee, and we've got something going on. But it's been nice just for everybody to kind of gather and get to know each other in the community. And in June, we'll have Discover Summer starting up for the kids. So
nice.
We have some great prizes, a ton of really cool things going on. So I'll give you more details about that. But if you have any outreach groups in the area that you think could benefit from me getting in contact with them and really connecting with them, I would love to hear about it. So, and if you have questions for me, I'm here. Anybody? Not right now? Tuesday, 6:30.
Tuesday, chili.
Thank you for that time.
Step aside, tacos.
Daggone it.
Bring your
My
own
Taco
tongs.
Tuesday.
But I have
I just had a
Thank
bowl
you,
of chili before I got
Thank
here.
you guys.
I make sweet chili.
Alan, would you like to approach?
It's about the letter I received, about my debt, my shut off my debt. The appeal, I haven't heard nothing about it yet. And I haven't heard nothing about it since then. It's been appealed. I gave the letter to the chief for, 3 weeks ago, and I've never
That's, yeah.
heard nothing about it. He said he'd give it to code enforcer, but I assume he didn't give it to him. Or did
Yeah,
he?
I think that's where we gotta get the board together and schedule that. At the time, we was missing a member or two. And that's something we've been working with Bob to get together so we can do this appeal.
Okay,
Because there's more than just you.
Huh?
There's more than just you.
Okay, because it says, no sheds, maybe and no garages in front of houses. There's plenty of garages down here in this town with, in front of houses. Plenty of them. It says they had to be in the rear of the house, they're not allowed in front of the house.
A garage. Yeah.
No, if there's something that says about it, yeah.
Albert did come to me and he asked me for a copy of an
Ordinance.
ordinance to do with this, but this has to do with the code enforcement rules, not the ordinance. So,
Okay.
and I just haven't got back to
They
you.
don't go together then, or what?
Well, Mr. Solicitor,
There should be an ordinance adopting the International Property Maintenance
Yeah, we do
Code.
have.
yeah,
one.
we do have that ordinance.
So-
I was specifically looking for something separate.
What type of structure is in the front yard?
It's a shed I've done had that, well, now, I've got 3 weed eaters ripped off and a lawnmower ripped off already in the past 2 years. And if I had up there where I could hear it, my dogs could hear it, nobody'd come around anymore. And I even offered to move it to the side of the house, and I was told I can't do that neither. So, I mean,
Okay. And you understand that that's a property maintenance code violation. In other words, that's what they're,
well, it's gonna be painted and everything, I was working on it, so, yeah.
right, but it's like a property maintenance code violation. It's not a zoning code violation.
Okay, what's the difference?
Well, the property maintenance code is just like, it's there, shouldn't be there, and that's it. A zoning issue is if you went in and got a variance, or tried to get a variance to put it in there. And I don't even know if you could get a variance on the property maintenance code, but I'd have to check that. But there should be an ordinance with the International Property Maintenance Code, and you could get a copy of that.
Because mine's not the other one's got a shed, well, it says not on the side, there's plenty of houses, and the dog's got that shed on the side of houses too.
Well,
Plenty of them.
Then,
I mean, I go get pictures, bring them next meeting or whatever, I mean, it's fine with me.
right, but then the enforcement officer, he's gonna be busy.
Be busy then, I mean, because, every year they pick on me for something different every year. I'm getting sick of it. Every year, something different.
Albert, I will copy now.
Yeah,
that
2 years ago, the old inspector told me I had to paint my house. He sent me a letter telling me I had to paint my house. He can't tell me I gotta paint my house.
So,
No, he didn't. He sent me a letter telling me I had to paint my house.
I think what you would benefit if we gave you a copy of the International Property Maintenance Code, and we can give you that, and I'll run it off.
No, I've got it, Bob. I
Okay.
didn't understand what he wanted.
That's what he needs, because if you go through the property maintenance code, you'll see all those provisions in there that govern various aspects of your residence in terms of what is necessary to meet the requirements imposed by the International Property Maintenance Code. And it's not like Addyston's unique in adopting that International Property Maintenance Code. Most communities adopt that International Property Maintenance Code throughout Hamilton County, and really throughout the state of Ohio. But you benefit from getting it, and so Margret runs it off for you. You can just sit it, and you can go right to those numbers like PM, whatever it is, and you can see what it says for yards, maintenance,
says one here.
cleanup.
It says 3 foot from,
Well, you're not looking at that. What you're really looking at is see where it says PM.
Yeah, PM 507.2, yeah.
That stands for property maintenance. So when you get the booklet, you'll be able to go right to that section and read that section and see why it does or does not apply.
Okay, it says PM 507.2. This building shall be located in any front, side yard. Accessory buildings such as garages and sheds may be located in the rear yard, provided such buildings are set back at least 3 feet from the side lot and at least 6 feet from the rear lot lines.
Right.
So, and like I say, I know there's several that are not like that in the village.
Right.
That's the PM code 507.2 right there says.
If I can interject real fast, that's not the only shed that's been talked about, so it's not we're picking on you. I've only been here for 9
I can
months.
pick on every year about something. Here in a couple weeks.
I've only been here for 9 months, I've not here been before.
Well, here in a couple weeks, I guarantee I'm gonna get a letter because my grass, I don't have to cut it because my stuff's been stolen. I'm sick of it. You know, my stuff gets stolen every time I turn around, and it's bull crap. You know, like I said, I've done about 3 weed eaters and a lawnmower already. The lawnmower and 1 weed eater was this year, and 2 weed eaters and a lawnmower last year. So, yeah, and I want that first. My dog's in somebody mess my yard, and that way I can work up at it. Being stuck in my garage over there, you can't hear nothing or see nothing being over there. So that's why I want up there or in my side door, everybody can hear people getting my stuff. And it's the crackheads around here doing it. That's what it is. The meth addicts around here, right down the street doing it. So, I mean, I want my yard where I can hear what's going on and see it. You know, in the back, I can't see it. And on the side or in front where it's at, I can see everything. You know. So, I mean, it's nonsense.
No, I think if you get that code book, you'll see it because you got a couple issues there. One's the property maintenance, and then the second one sounds like you have some type of problem with thievery up there, and that should go to the chief of police. And the other thing you could do, is exactly what the village did. They invested in trail cameras, and if everybody would invest in trail cameras.
Are you gonna buy them for me? I can't afford the thing, you buy them for me?
I'm just saying.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm saying too, I can't afford them.
So if you had that stuff stolen, did you actually report it?
It don't do no good, you crackheads down and get away, what do you wanna do?
I know, but you still should report it.
It don't do no good.
I mean, because if they come across these people that have that on their person, they can
I mean, when Don was
confiscate
here,
it.
I told him about it before too, and nothing happened. Nothing.
And, well, I don't know, a lot
Yeah,
of
so I
them
mean,
better.
it's nonsense reporting anything. There's nothing ever gets done about anything.
Well, actually, there was a break-in down at the storage units here not long ago.
Storage unit, there you go, that's not a resident. That's storage unit, there's a big difference.
But all the items
There's a big
that
difference there.
were, all the items that were stolen were recovered.
There's a big difference, storage unit and a residence. I tell you that right now, a big difference. Yeah, there is.
It's still theft regardless.
Yeah, they'll get stuff done, we won't. Like I said, when Don was here, I told him about the 2 weeders getting ripped off. Now, I don't think happened about it, nothing. He wrote it on a piece of paper, and that was it. He said, I'll get back with you. And it's been a year and a half now since it happened, and he hasn't got back with me yet. I know he's not here no more, but still.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know.
I'll call you when I have that copy, then you can come down and pick it up.
Yeah, that
We'll
works.
sit down tomorrow and get together for you, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And is this what you consider?
And now, what about the appeal? Are you gonna think about that?
And the Board of Appeals, is that what you're talking about? Because I keep getting told it's zoning Board of Appeals.
It's the zoning board of appeals, and you can have a property maintenance board, and they can, the same
Property
people can,
maintenance board.
same people can serve on both of them. You just have to start the Board of Zoning Appeals meeting and conclude their business, then you start the property maintenance board's business and conclude their business. But the same people can serve on both boards.
But which one would handle that?
So the property board is the one we're talking about when we're talking about things like that.
For, if it's a property maintenance violation, such as he has there,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. Can we get that scheduled?
Yes, I'm writing it down.
Okay, so what about the appeal? Will you hear anything on the appeal or what, or?
That's what I was-
Any side come to it? I mean, the next zoning meeting or whatever meeting I can come to?
That's what I just asked her to schedule.
Okay.
And then you'll be notified. All right.
Citizens.
Did you have anything else?
That should do it for right now.
All right, thank you, Al, appreciate it. Edwin?
So yeah, I came tonight to kind of update everybody on some of my focus points for the future, what I have been working on, and some goals. There are several focus properties I have here in the village. Number one, and namely, that raises your heart, 376 Three Rivers Parkway. We are currently up to over $6,500 in fines on that property. They've been no response to the Eastside Court for next mayor's court appearance. We need to talk about next steps because clearly he has no regard. So, kind of been everybody's ear on that when it comes, I suppose. Beyond that, next we have the Youngblood properties. Been in communication with the daughter, and she promises me that everything will be rectified and clear with the estates within 30 days. She told me the same thing back in November, so she is now on a 30-day notice that in 30 days, if the estate is not cleared, then we're pursuing actual ordinance violations and imposing fines if need be.
Is the estate cleared like through the court?
She's not real clear on it. I mean, she's not an expert by any means on law or
You
anything
can go
like that.
after the estate itself, right?
There's one open.
If there's one open,
Yeah.
which I think they have it
Things,
open.
a lot of the buildings are very heavily dilapidated, getting near condemnation levels, people breaking in, mischief, things like that. So we have to do something at a certain point. You can't keep holding on 5, 6 months at a time.
Right.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I understand the situation there, but days end for the well-being of the village. Big move. So, next would be 81 Main Street. It's an out-of-town landlord that only has WhatsApp numbers, no actual phone number, no physical mailing address that even the tenants know of. And I finally just got the lawyer's information who handles his, I guess, business there. Because he was recently sued by 2 of the tenants there for not providing heat during the winter.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, can't do that. So I got the lawyer's information, and I plan on saying something to his attorney, letting him know his client is facing what he's not being responsive to. I don't know no way to get hold of the guy. Beyond that, we have Ron Schmidt with the Bricks Building, as well as 282 Main Street down the road. And speaking with Scott Dunnigan from Miami Township, there's a lot of structural issues down there at the Bricks Building. Obviously, first and foremost, we want to make sure the building's safe, but also we're protecting our businesses down there. There are 2 businesses inside there that we have, I don't know, I have personal interest in them staying open, making money and serving the community. Pet shop. Kids love Pet Shop.
Right.
It's a great place. So trying to walk a very tightrope with that. Walking a very tightrope with that to make sure that we can keep them open and operating, but keep everybody safe as well. There are several cross members in there that are failing right now. So it's getting pretty serious down there. Scott and I are talking about pursuing action through the Historical Society of Ohio to preserve the building. Don't want to do that. That's kind of the core we're getting back into because Ron is being less than helpful, we'll say, less than agreeable. Let's see here.
Didn't he do them windows or said he was gonna do?
He showed me a receipt for like 6 windows getting installed. I popped through there last week, he had 3 of them going in already. So I believe he's resecuring the building, but during that time frame also, I approached one of the contractors and introduced myself and asked if I might walk in. He said, yeah, come on inside. So he invited me inside. And I walked through, you would not believe the amount of dead birds and feces and rain damage on the top floor up there. It's absurd. And going through the basement, cross members are rotted out. I mean, some of them could probably be sistered up and reinforced. Some of them probably need to be replaced altogether, floors jacked up and then re-braced. So it's getting pretty severe inside there. And the opinion of the owner is that there's not an issue. That's where there's an issue there. So, unfortunate. Other property I'm really focusing on this year is 116 Main Street. That's down in the corner where maybe they're a mechanic, maybe they're not. Maybe it's this guy who has cars being stored there. We don't know. That goes back to the Board of Appeals, so I'd love if we could really
That
work on
needs to be on that
because
as well.
without that process, people like yourself, you have no voice. We want you to have a voice. We want you to have your say, but without that process, we can't do that. So that's why I haven't contacted you again about the notice or anything like that, because it's stalled out. So nobody's been at you, nobody's saying nothing to you, you're good, you know, just gotta go through the process. Future endeavors or appeals, just mentioned that. Ordinance 302.1 was recently proposed, again, after, I think, a 10-year hiatus, and was shot down. I would love to work with the people that are appropriate with that, to get that pushed through, whatever way it is. We had to reconfigure the ordinance, whatever it is, but it boils down to sanitation, safety, public nuisance, and blights properties. It's a pretty important ordinance. Without that, it's very difficult to do my job.
I think maybe looking at that ordinance too, and this is really is for all of council, is the one where we've got things that are on properties and it mentions trailers and cars, is maybe taking the trailers and cars and separating it and coming up with 2 ordinances instead, so it can be more detailed for each one.
Sometimes just
That
the
might be a
word.
much more helpful way of utilizing that.
Yeah, I'd love that. My main focus really is in the cars, because we have disabled vehicle ordinances already that are in place, but the storage, blight, nuisance, that really lays out what and what cannot be stored on property, as well as location of the property, be it front porch, side porch, backyard, things like that. It really lays it out, so that'd be a very helpful one for me to have.
And that's kind of why I said maybe if you want to move the trucks and trailers separate from that.
Yeah. I'm no legal expert by any means, but I'd be happy to draft something up
I know,
and put
you
it out
gotta
there.
have
and then
tags on
I guess
all
you
of
need
them,
to review
right?
it out of the process.
If you have something stored, it has to have tags, right? Valid tags.
That's a big part of it, yeah.
But if it's outdoors.
Sometimes it's all about the
This,
words.
really the verbiage in the ordinance itself kind of boils down to, if the product is not made for the exclusive purpose of being stored outside and used outside, it can't be outside. So it covers things like appliances, tires, paint cans, whatever they have, use scrap iron, wood, things like that nature. If it's furniture, you know, great, that's made for being outside. Leave it outside, it's great, love that. But if it's debris, storage, then you can't really have that. Right now, no ordinances don't really have anything really laying that out very well.
Yeah, you left a letter for me down there too. I had that stuff I was taking outside
Oh.
for the
It's
garbage
just an
day or
invitation.
whatever.
Just, that's all it
I was
was.
like,
That's all that was.
I seen this in there, I'm like, man, I know it's trash.
I
You know,
went
Nobody's
through
above.
I went
Clean
through
up
about
Addyston.
the end of the week, I had to put out 29 invitations to participate in the cleanup day.
Yeah.
And it was by no means violation notice or anything like that, it's just literally invitation, hey, driving around, so there's an issue here. Participate, it's free, helps you out, helps us out.
Yep.
I put down 29 separate doors for the day.
Yeah, I chucked a lot of stuff off that balcony.
Yeah, that's great, that's great.
Cabinets, everything.
Yeah,
Mayor, I'd like to say that the Housing Community Development Committee, we are working hard and have been in trying to put together, been talking about it for a lot of years, it got dropped, a comprehensive small package that everybody can just go to that and know what we do, what we have, the ordinances that we have, so that we're not constantly running around trying to find an ordinance or a law. I mean, we help your office, and of course, we're working with you, and we'll be working with Bob and everybody else. That is our goal,
awesome.
is to get that document.
And I think he's been doing a really good job.
Oh, yeah.
We've been going through back ordinances, he's been
Yeah.
organizing it.
We will be getting with you as well as we go down through our
Yeah.
list of things that we're working on.
Does this touch on the email you sent me the other day about kind of digitizing a few things? Or is that something totally different?
That's with me.
Okay.
And getting, yeah, but for your own office to have a packet, if
Yeah.
somebody comes to you or if you know somebody new
Yeah.
lives here, you can hand that to them and say, here.
Be a lot easier to
I
stop
think if
We're
we-
with.
working on it, and we'll bring it to council
Yeah,
to look at it
yeah.
and see where we are. It's exhaustive, and it's gonna take
Because
some
I mean,
time.
it probably, I mean, some of it, he's already got halfway through, so if you have other things and then look at what he's got together,
Absolutely.
might not be a whole lot left to put together.
I got a pretty comprehensive
Yeah,
list
because we're
already.
dealing with
Yeah.
buying and selling of properties, which we don't have any things set. We're just trying to do property from point A all the way to Z. So,
Right.
yeah,
I
we
love
look
it.
forward to working.
I love
with you.
it.
We are working on it.
Do you have another
What's
meeting on
the-
the agenda?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you have another meeting on the schedule already or not?
No, we don't have one scheduled.
Shoot me an email. I'll
Yeah.
let you then.
Yeah, I sure will. We'll stop
What's
by
the-
one day.
What's the address of that one property you can't find the owner?
Oh, that would be 81 Main Street. I have the owner's name and mailing address as you get it through the auditor site. But apparently the residents hired an attorney, and that attorney found the information, so I have that attorney's information also.
Is that the stucco, the double?
The one they tore all the stuff off the front of the house,
Yeah.
I sent him a letter, somehow that, he got that letter. He hasn't got anything since. He tore everything off.
Stucco's kind of.
Yeah, it's one of
Now there's all these garbage bags in the front, on the fence line.
Mhm.
Yeah, been there for like a month. Everybody flat tires. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That place is ready to fall down. The steps on the side, the gentleman who lives upstairs, he's taking care of his ailing father who has stage 4 cancer. The gentleman who's taking care of him stepped through, like went through the floorboards and the steps a few times. He's replaced them at his own expense for his own safety, but that's not the thing to do that.
Right.
As you walk the property around back, there's layering issues. You can look from the outside and see clearly to the basement through the wall.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't understand how they, if it's a rental property, how they got in there in the first
I don't
place.
know.
I mean, I know they're moving in the night,
It has to be the same.
coming and going, it's like,
That's a big focus for the coming year also is landlords. We have a lot of great properties down here that have been let go to the wayside because of derelict landlords.
Did you ask, maybe ask Lisa who's paying the water bill there?
I have not. I will. I was just going through the attorney, I figured he got, you know.
Yeah.
Well, she
got
may
his attention,
have,
nothing
she may
else.
have some information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sounds like the Board of Health too could get involved.
I approached the
I would
gentlemen
hope.
who are renting there, and they both asked me not to because they're afraid they'll have nowhere to go. And that's how sad is that, right? Like, you're trapped living somewhere where you have water coming through your roof, no heat in the winter, and you're falling through the steps, and you have nowhere else to go. So, I kind of left at that a little bit, but yeah, it sucks. It's that situation.
Yeah, it is.
And that would be where that 513 bus could come in handy for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they're bringing other services, it's just not the bus, it's
Yeah.
jobs and family services,
Yeah.
the Board of Health, it's a whole
Yeah, I was on the webinar.
gamut
2 weeks ago.
of them.
Yeah.
But then he's probably afraid that they're gonna take his father from him and.
Probably so. He's a hardworking man, you know, works a lot of hours and does best he can to take care of his dad.
Yeah.
Nice guy, just in a bad situation.
And that's what they'll do, they'll take his father away.
Well, but there's services out there.
Services, yeah.
My pastor works for a service that goes in and fixes
Mhm.
houses for people who can't afford it.
People work, it's hard to ask, but they're out
The end
there.
is that they can't make exterior repairs like that without the landlord's.
Yeah, with it being a rental, that's the
Right.
problem.
They can't
With it being
take
a
it.
Yeah,
rental.
that's part of the problem of fixing up the house.
Yeah.
It's the landlords that's
It's when you
gotta.
own it, they can do that kind of thing, so
Yeah.
if you rent it, then.
Yeah, so, rock and hard place.
Yeah.
We're working on it though. Any questions?
No, just keep up the good work.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Plan on it. Oh, one last thing. I have been helping out down in Cleves as well on Mondays, and I picked up some really good language for some of the ordinances down there as far as escalating issues. I would love to be able to post some of that language down here as well. Currently, there's nothing in the ordinances that I've found at least where repeat offenders are safe for, you know, certain issues, storage and blight, whatever it may be. Down there, they have verbiage in their ordinances about repeat offenders within, you know, a certain time frame and escalating those issues. So I think we're kind of along.
Because I think we got it to where it starts all over again.
I've not seen anything really defines it. I mean, maybe I'm
Yeah.
missing it, but I haven't really seen anything that defines either way.
I know they've been having a problem with that house down there next to the motel.
Because they've got a situation like what we've got.
It's,
They're living in a lean-to that's been condemned. How you condemn a lean-to, I don't know.
I've just been reading about it.
Yeah,
They just keep going
me
on and
too.
on and on. I'm like, whoa.
Their current issue they have, their remedy date, I believe, is next week. So that's when I kind of jump into things and start my process instead.
Well, I thought
It's,
they was already out there, thing on that one.
they had the fire department and all that. I guess I read.
Health department,
Wasn't done
fire
in the health
department.
The upstairs was
so-
condemned, the bottom floor is not condemned anymore, and the lean-to outside is condemned. When I say
Upstairs-
lean-to, I mean, it's literally just a tarp.
Tarp,
Upstairs
yeah.
got condemned, but they were still in there, wasn't it? And even after it's been condemned,
Yeah.
because that's what I read anyway.
But yeah, prove it, yeah, catch them there actually, and, you know, not having a police force down there doesn't help.
Yeah, how dare, I mean, that's
Right.
right.
calling the sheriff down to help out, it's a little difficult, so. Cool,
Yeah.
nothing else? Well, thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Edward.
Good.
You didn't have anything else, did you, Bob? All right. Guess we'll go ahead and move to committees. Unless you want me to go ahead and start this off talking about that grant, or did you want to start?
No, I was just gonna remind you.
Yeah, so I was like, had it sitting here. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention and see how councils all felt about the SS4A grants. And also, I don't know if any of you had the chance, since Danny sent out the initial email, to actually read through it. Everybody, I hope.
Better tell them it's about the ODOT.
Yeah, well, the thing about this one, I noticed as I read through it, and it's something that our two of the transportation engineers at the CP have been watching, because they don't just service our community, they service other communities, so they're just kind of looking to see how they can utilize it toward each community. And one of the things with this, I know we have a really good project, the intersection that we have going on, but that's only a piece of the pie. In order to be one of the, requirements they're looking for with this one is that we need to have either start working on an action plan or have an action plan in place for the entirety of the locality. So I didn't know if everybody understood that or read that correctly. So that's just a piece of the pie, and when we're looking at what qualifies for this grant is quite a bit. And the action plan itself, you know, they have where you can do like crosswalks, lighting, things like that. And is that something that council would be interested in doing a whole? Because we have to have the whole locality as far as an action plan and like dates on when we expect these things to be dealt with.
Cool. Dates as well?
Yeah.
So they want the whole plan, what's gonna go
They want,
on,
like-
where you're
they
gonna
want, like,
place
an
everything,
entire-
how
yeah.
long we got to do it in.
Yeah, which is.
Because they said it in like, in, you know, with a safety analysis, it needs involving fatalities, serious injuries across the jurisdiction and locality. So we're looking at all of it.
The accidents.
And
out here.
then, you know, like, and then strategy and project selection, they want you to identify comprehensive set of projects and strategies shaped by the data that we have. So we would also need to get with the Ohio Department of Transportation and check their data, like what's going on besides our intersection. Like what kind of things are going on here, what do we have going on in other areas that maybe we can look into for lights, things like that. And since we have this light out here.
That's exactly right.
So, and like you mentioned, there is a match to it. So I just kind of want to know, council, how would you like to proceed with this? Did you want a set of committees? Did you want the engineers to look at like what we already have with our drawings? Because we did do that study down here, that's completed. We can use that as part of the plan, the whole entire action plan. So I guess it's a matter of if you want to at least look into it, move forward.
Mayor, my thought is that this is not much that we sitting around this table can do. It has to be.
It's big.
Done with an engineering firm. And I don't know how much that would cost, because that would be an expense. I don't think we could take that expense as part of the grant, so.
And that's something I can ask them too. Like, what are we looking at?
Yeah.
You know, as far as getting them funded.
How didn't they look at that before though?
But this is different, this is different.
This is this is new. So, I mean, yeah, they've been watching it
Right.
because they have different communities that have projects going on. So they look at, okay, which communities are going to benefit from this?
Gonna move forward.
It's a possibility, but we're not up here on this one.
And then we're not even guaranteed,
Right.
so then we
Yeah,
take
that's-
on
that's-
the,
But
key,
like I
but-
said, like with this, today I don't want it approved that we're going to do it, but at least
Because we have until
look
what?
into it. It's
July?
July
Yeah.
to make this, so.
Yeah,
But the
so,
cost of just getting the engineers to work
Right.
is what
Yeah,
gives me hesitation.
what is that, like
And
20?
now what you was
1,000?
referring to is, we did get some, like, grant money from Hamilton County towards doing that study for dining, but we also have money that we're in there with too. So it's beyond that. you know.
and he's applied for like reimbursement for us for the other engineering fees that we did already.
Yeah, sometimes.
So some of
it's
that's
not
gonna be
included.
coming back anyway.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's definitely, I can see what, what that entails before we go into it.
Yes, if they have some type of idea, I know it's hard to
Yeah.
say, 'cause they really don't know what we want.
Because I mean, they're already looking at it anyway,
Mhm.
Yeah.
across the board, so I can say, okay, well, what's this gonna look like if Addyston goes into this about, like, our engineering costs, or
Exactly.
how we, what kind of action plan, or what kind of areas do you think that
Yeah,
would
the
be
biggest-
beneficial? Would it
biggest part would be
benefit
the
us here,
engineering
because
cost.
that's an expensive project?
Very.
So,
Yeah, like, we kind of need to know what the engineers have already, whatever they've drawn up, so we can see how close we are to having
that will, and
something.
yeah, and that one, they're going to be finishing up the actual drawing for that. That's going to be probably at the next council meeting, we should have that for the intersection. So, because there was a lot of drawings to go up with that one, but I should have that here soon. I said I'd bring that back to you
If we
guys.
can just get a cost estimate from them,
All right.
how much it will cost them to engineer a plan or work with us in engineering, an overall plan to include Germany. and
Silver Creek,
Those whole,
the one that comes down off of Secatan.
I don't know how that would work with this, but if it's an overall plan.
I'm just thinking of all the roads that come out on to
Yeah.
Route 50 or Thruers Parkway that we just never look at. They're all just, we know they're there.
We just know they're there because we live here.
Well, I put in the form of motion that we have the mayor contact our engineers and try to get a cost estimate of putting together the plan, not putting together the cost estimate.
Right. Exactly.
I'll second it.
Motion by Dan Pillow to move forward with a cost estimate. Seconded by Pam. Any discussion?
I think this is something that we all really want to move forward on, but
We just gotta be
don't know where.
cautious, I think,
Yeah.
and
What it's
just see
gonna
what
cost
it's
in the future
really
with all the
gonna
other
do.
roads you're paying back.
Yeah,
Like, we get
that's-
so excited when we hear grant and,
Yeah.
like, yeah, and then we're
Yeah,
like,
but
And this is mandatory.
then when you start thinking about it, what you have to pay back every year.
Yeah,
yeah, we
Yeah.
just get, we get
So we
excited,
just
but we
need
gotta
to
be
see what
wary.
the true picture of this is gonna look like, and then, bring that back and see whether or not that's something that we can do successfully. All right.
Do you feel good?
Yep.
Dan Pillow,
Yeah.
Jennifer Wiehe,
Okay.
Jennifer Anderson,
Yeah,
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
yay.
All right. Do you have anything else? We'll go to committees. That's why I didn't know if I wanted to start off your committee with that, or?
The code enforcement just kind of brought to mind that we've been working on that. And I'll send Margret our notes, our minutes from our meetings that kind of indicate exactly what I said here. Going to have to put a lot of hours in to get that comprehensive plan together. And I think working with Everett is really going to make it a lot easier.
Maybe we could work with him on, usually he's here on Thursdays, and it's That's right.
Come in when he's here.
Come in when he's
Yeah,
here.
it's us three.
That's,
Is it Ann?
and
Yeah.
Jennifer,
Yeah, I was trying to remember who it
It's
was.
always those three, so close together. But no, we have to work closely together with that committee as well.
Yeah,
Just so we get all the information we need on what we're trying to do.
Right.
But I will get Margaret our minutes, what we've worked on. That's all I have, man.
Thank you, Dan. Jennifer?
that is nice.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer?
I have nothing heard this one.
Miss Ann?
All I have is that the Parks and Playground Committee will meet on Wednesday at 5:30, and we'll be talking about our summer work schedule.
A lot of work schedule this summer.
The old folks schedule?
Oh, my back.
So we'll be here on,
Your back already
Yeah, my
hurts.
back hurts.
That's
Here
this
At the
Wednesday.
building, Nan.
yes. We'll be here at the building if it's not raining and the sun's shining, we'll go to the park. But we'll start out here.
Good luck
So
with that.
that is May 3rd, right? Is that board night?
Isn't,
It's at 5:30,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
yeah, Wednesdays
Nope,
of,
May the 10th.
Okay. Oh, what? Yep, there it is right there. That's what I'm. All right. Did you have anything else, Ms. Ann?
that's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Ann. Al?
Nothing to this thing.
Thank you, Al. Pam?
The other thing I have is, I guess, we'll set that meeting, I have to get in touch with the other members.
Yeah.
And does
Yeah.
Bob need to be there? I thought that
You
he
need to
did.
be in the, like, we call this the property maintenance board.
I'll stop over. It's no problem.
But you know when?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just let me know.
okay. So we can get that
It's
started.
ASAP, actually.
Guess they'll need a copy of that too then, won't they?
Yeah.
Does the board have, the property maintenance board, they'll have a copy
I'll
of
make
that?
them a copy when
Yeah.
I'm running them off.
Yeah. Make
I
sure they
don't
get
know
one.
any of their availability, so gotta figure that out.
Yeah.
And, other than that, just, we hear anything about the special events? Grant?
Nope.
Well, they were saying we may not hear about that till the end of this month.
End of May?
So they have not turned us down. I did talk with Mark, the one who's doing Von Allen. And he said, I didn't forget about you. I said, look, the suspense is killing us. Come on. So I'm really hoping, I mean, that's something that would, because I said to him again how much of a benefit this would be to the community. So I've been really trying to put my face and, right there in his. Get up there in the middle, say, hey, Addyston first, right?
Hey, I'm right.
She's trying to put her short self up there high.
Yeah.
Late at, on
I
Friday.
didn't have anything else.
All right. She has one more thing.
Before we adjourn, today the mayor and I received an email from Betsy Amin
Oh,
letting us know that
Oh, yeah.
the audit that they've been working on from 2021 is still pushed back. They are committed to doing other priority audits, and she hopes they'll get back into it in June, but she will let us know.
Yeah. So that happened too.
concerning the other letter
Oh,
we
yeah.
got from the auditors, should we go ahead and try to establish a date while we're all here rather than
I was gonna ask about that.
all over the map?
Because she said, well, she wants it in the next 2 weeks for the
Yeah,
exit.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's a group thing.
That is
Not
from
singles, right?
Darren, the
Darren.
special
Mhm.
audit that was done.
Yes,
He had the 5th through the 8th, I believe, in his email.
he said 2 weeks, the 8th, he would not.
Yeah, the
do it.
8th he was not.
I just
That was
noticed
the
that.
only day he wasn't available.
So the 5th is Friday. Is that what?
No. 2 weeks, anywhere within the next 2 weeks, I thought I read.
Okay.
Yeah, but the 8th is the only day he's not available.
8th is not the day.
yeah, and I wouldn't be available for that one.
Well, I'm not going to
So,
be out on the 11th.
I thought
That's
maybe
not
we could
working
just
now.
go ahead and
I
do
don't
it
blame you.
while we're all here instead of emailing back and forth. for
Bob,
the
let's
next-
give
Yeah, because that could be a long email.
Well,
Could be.
yeah,
Not next Thursday.
not next Thursday.
Mm.
Jennifer
Tuesday.
and Jennifer, because, well, is it all evenings? Or is there any days we can do earlier?
What are we talking about, next week?
Or this, well, this week be too soon, or wouldn't it? I don't
Well, it's
think it'd
not
matter.
public.
Yeah.
No, this here is
That's right, it's not
open to
public,
the
so we don't have
public.
to.
You still have to.
You said it shouldn't be more than an hour, depending on questions.
Right.
We can do it. You gotta remember, if you do it early during the day, you got legal counsel that probably should be here with us.
Try to see what is your early day, Jim?
It's this week.
I mean, that's fine, it's not a big deal.
I can't do Wednesday.
I mean, I was good with this
Check
Friday,
Your day
honestly.
and
I
Bob's
can't
day
do
and
Wednesday.
see
I can't do Thursday.
how that works.
He's,
I could do it Friday afternoon.
Yeah, see, I'm good with Friday.
Right, I'm good with Friday.
Friday. I'm
Friday's
good.
put after
This
5:30
Friday?
for me.
Yeah,
Please?
What
Not
time?
till
we're just
after
kind of looking at
5:30.
our early date.
Well, that's what I
start with
mean.
that.
We could
Okay.
still do it at 5:30.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a problem with doing it in the evening.
Yeah, I don't either.
Um,
You do it in
If
half.
everybody's available on Friday, then sounds like to me that's a good deal.
Friday?
Friday, what
Bob, are
day?
you gonna reach out to him?
Yep.
It'll be working.
Well, that'd be a
What time are you
You're good
thinking?
with that?
Anything in mind.
So we'll just make it,
That's right. Friday's the 5th.
Friday the 5th at 5:30.
5:30?
Friday at 5:30.
Is that good with everybody?
I mean, if we're doing 5:30s, we can do any date but Friday, but no, I'm good.
You said any date but Friday?
Well, I'm good at any date, but I figured if we were gonna do 5:30s, what we were trying to do was get a day one, but now we're going 5:30. There's all kind of,
well, I mean, usually Bob's
Weekdays.
after 2 o'clock too, anyway.
but, yeah, that's,
I mean, it doesn't matter to me, whichever you guys want to do.
it's not like I'm
My
going out
early day
partying or
is
anything.
Wednesday. It's just an hour.
My
My early day is Wednesday this week. I can't do Wednesday.
Early day is
You can't do
Wednesday.
I got an
And if
appointment
it works with
Wednesday
Bob,
and
I don't know if it does or not. It's strictly up to Bob.
Well, Pam says she can't do it.
I
Okay,
can't do Wednesday.
okay, good.
Because in the afternoon, because I don't even think I'll make the other one, maybe.
I got a meeting
So it's
Monday,
not Friday
Tuesday,
then?
Wednesday. No, Friday I
So
got it.
you're not good Wednesday.
No, I got, well, we got that meeting Wednesday at 5:30.
Yeah, we got that at 5,
So we'll stick with Friday at 5:30.
But you can't,
Friday, I'm good.
you're good.
I was at half day on the 10th, but. Okay, so this is council.
Mayor, will you contact him for us or Margaret or somebody?
I think Bob was gonna talk to him,
Oh, okay, just let him know that that's when
And
we
then-
want to do it.
you'll let us know so we can
Send it out. to
send
me.
it out.
Yeah, because he needs to know by the end of tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
figured if we did that tonight and let him know
I'll do it.
that council's available for Friday at 5:30, and that way we can get that done. Okay. All right, council, I believe business is concluded.
So make a motion, we adjourn?
I'll second.
Motion by Jennifer Anderson, second by Dan Pilla to adjourn. Call for a vote.
So.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Jennifer Wiehe, Jennifer Anderson,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Carrie, what is your last name?
Bernard.
Mark, Mear.